What's good, everyone? Welcome to the March 17th, 2023 episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Tonight was a great episode of SmackDown. We're doing the review, of course. I don't even think I mentioned that in the beginning, but we're doing the review of tonight's episode. It was a great episode of Friday Night SmackDown. I was thoroughly entertained pretty much throughout the entire episode. What a banger of an episode we had. And we're going to start this off, of course, talking about what I put in the title and the thumbnail. Cody, Sami, Jimmy J, Kevin Owens, just everyone. What an incredible night for these guys, and just again a really great show overall. So this show kicked off. We're gonna start off with the main talking point here. The show kicked off with Cody Rhodes. I didn't read anything on Twitter beforehand, so I didn't even expect Cody to be here. Maybe they announced this before, but I didn't know. But Cody came out, and Cody immediately, the first thing he does is he calls out Kevin Owens. And then as soon as Kevin Owens gets to the ring, he's about to start talking to Kevin Owens. But then Kevin Owens is about to start talking to Cody. Cody pretty much stops him there, and he immediately calls out Sami as well. So all three of them are in the ring together. Cody had a master plan, you could tell. Cody goes ahead, he calls out Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. All three are in the ring. And then the first thing they start talking about, Cody immediately thanks Kevin Owens. He immediately thanks him for all that happened after WWE. He's like, Kevin, I want to thank you. Because immediately after WWE, I wished them the best in their future endeavors. But realistically, I didn't have the confidence back then, but you helped me gain that confidence. You helped me make all of the friends that I made post WWE, referencing his AEW friends and all those other friends that he had in ROH and all of that. It's all thanks to you, Kevin. You were the one who introduced me to them, so thank you. I just want to put that out there first and foremost. And then he immediately said, but let's face it, all three of us are here. We're all here in the ring now. Let's have this conversation. KO stops him immediately because KO knows exactly what he's talking about. KO's like, I've heard enough already. I already know exactly everything you want to talk about. I'm already had enough. And then Kevin Owens attempts to walk out, but Sami interrupts Kevin Owens immediately. And he's like, I don't understand why we can't just work it out already. All the times that in the past, everything that we've ever been through, whether he didn't reference this, but he obviously he's talking about ROH and even several times in NXT and even on the main roster. Everything that they've been best friends. They've fought so many times before. They've been to war together. They've been to war against each other, and just everything that they've been through. Why is it different this time? Why can't we be friends this time? I just want to know from you directly, Kevin Owens, why can't we work this out? If we get back together, we'll be stronger, we'll be better together, and we can be the ones to take down the ones, referencing the Usos and the Bloodline. We can be those people together. We don't even have to be friends to do so. And that's, I think, where Sami messed up. But in the long term, it did work out, but that's where Sami messed up originally. KO pauses for a little bit. He's holding his mic, and he's kind of like taken aback a little bit. And the first thing he says is like, why would I want to fight with someone who doesn't even want to be my friend? And he said it in such a sad voice, and he walked out immediately. That's it. He walks out the ring, and Kevin Owens is gone. It went to commercial break, but later on when we did come back for commercial break, we actually see Kevin Owens hopping into his car, or just about to hop into his car, but Sami Zayn stops him immediately before again. He's like, Kevin, and he has a heart-to-heart conversation, man-to-man conversation with him. A very emotional, heartfelt conversation. I can't go through everything that he said, but it was basically along the gist of like, Sami or Kevin, we are friends. We are brothers, Kevin. Everything we've been through, we are friends. We're brothers. If you never want to talk to me again, that's fine. I understand. We don't even have to take down the Usos together. That's fine. That doesn't matter. What matters most is that you understand we're friends, we're brothers, and I just want to let you know that I love you. If you never want to talk to me again, that's fine. But I love you. And he straight up says to Kevin, I love you. And they're in the parking lot together. Kevin Owens he looks at Sami for a little bit, but then he gets in his car and walks off. And then later on in the night, that was the very beginning of the show. Way towards the end of the show, there was a segment already scheduled. Jey Uso was going to call out Sami Zayn to the ring and talk to him man to man, face to face, about why he made the decision and everything that's going through Jay's brain whenever he made the decision to beat down Sami Zayn. He wanted to talk to him one-on-one, man to man. First thing that Jay says is, from the start, Sami, I didn't like you. I didn't trust you at all. I didn't want you around my family one bit. I did not want you near us. I didn't trust you. I didn't want you. And then he also references like the very first moment he puts his guard down, you stabbed me in the back. You betrayed me. You made me look stupid in front of the whole entire world. And I should have known better than that. And he even referenced like somebody that I know always tells me that I always second guess myself, but it's best not to. And he said, I knew from the moment that you were a fake ass Uso. And then Jay's also like, I didn't have a choice. And then Sami stopped him immediately, right then and there. Sami gets pissed off when he says, I didn't have a choice. Sami's like, you had a choice. You had a choice to stop being abused by Roman. You had a choice to stop following an order in the bloodline and all this stuff. He goes on and talks about all these things where he's like, Jay, you had a choice. We could have been family. You were family. I was trying to protect you from Roman. You had this choice, but you chose not to. And then Sami says, you're not mad at me. You're mad at yourself. You're mad that I hit You're not mad that I hit Roman with that chair. You're mad that you didn't do it first. And Jay's face, it's almost like it's almost like he can agree exactly with what Sami said. It's almost like he can exactly relate to what he said. It was crazy. But then he cheap shots Sami in the face. He beats down on Sami. Sami Zayn then gets the upper hand. He's beating down on Jay, but of course Jimmy Uso comes out. The Bloodline beat down. Well, I say the Bloodline. It's just the Usos. The Usos beat down on Sami Zayn. The two brawl. But who other than Kevin Owens' music hits? The place goes crazy. I was going crazy. I was shocked. I didn't expect him to do this so soon. But just recapping the segment, I think that Kevin knows we're so close to WrestleMania. If we're going to do this, we have to do this now. But the best friends are back together. Kevin Steen and El Generico are back together. It's amazing. Kevin Owens arrives. He beats down on the Bloodline or the Usos. The two get the upper hand. Sami's still laid out in the corner, but Kevin Owens hits the stunner on Jimmy. Jay's out of the ring as well. The two Usos, they walk out the ring, beaten down by Kevin Owens single-handedly. Kevin Owens looks at them. Sami Zayn gets up from the corner. The crowd is chanting, hug it out. And they hugged it out. They are back together again. Kevin Steen and El Generico, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are back together. And it's just so beautiful. It's so freaking beautiful. I knew that the WWE was going to turn me around on the storyline. I knew that they would. I was super sour on the whole thing a few weeks ago saying, man, Sami Zayn should have won at Elimination Chamber, blah, blah, blah. But now the time has passed. And now that I'm not in that mood anymore, I'm just like, okay, I knew they were going to turn me around at some point. And they did. I do think that they could have given this a little bit more time. I think that the thing that happened at the end of the show possibly could have happened maybe next week, but I understand why they've done it now. There's not that many weeks left until WrestleMania, and it looks like we're gonna know our tag team WrestleMania match: Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, for the tag team championships. Versus the Usos, of course. And man, I'm so stoked. I am absolutely so stoked to see them hugging together again. There is so much that these two are going to be. And with Triple H booking this stuff now, I can see both of these guys world champions. I can see these guys fighting each other for the world. I cannot wait for the eventual Kevin Owens heel turn. I cannot wait for the eventual Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. This time in the main event of the world for the world champ. I can't wait for all. It's going to be incredible. I also forgot to mention as well, Cody was watching on backstage on a TV. He was smiling from cheek to cheek, ear to ear. He's just smiling. It's like, yeah, he planned this. He knew what he was doing when he got them in the ring together. He knows it's time to stop the bloodline. But man, what an absolute segment. What an absolute amazing episode of SmackDown. But let me get on for the rest of the SmackDown. We also had Dom versus Rey. We had another segment between them. The Judgment Day, they ended up fighting Zelina and I think it was Santos Escobar, something like that. The Judgment Day being Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio in a mixed tag team match. Of course, Judgment Day won. Dom starts trashing on Rey immedely. Rey comes down. He's like, Rey, like I still love you. I still love you, Dom. I still love you. He even begins to cry, and he's like, I'm being inducted to the Hall of Fame this Mania, and I would love nothing more than to have you by my side while being inducted at the ceremony, but I guess it is too late for that. And then Rey's like, you know what? My biggest regret is what you've become, son. And then he also says, he says that if someone like you, some ungrateful, disrespectful, pathetic, punk-ass kid called me out at WrestleMania, I would gladly whoop their ass. But unfortunately, you're my son, and I will not be fighting you at WrestleMania, and I will never fight you. So Rey is still stuck on not fighting him. He walks away, continuing the whole I'm not gonna fight you, Dom. Dom's talking trash while Rey walks away, but Rey walks away anyways. He's still not fighting him at WrestleMania. Good segment. Didn't really progress that much, but it was still a small progression there. I just can't wait to see how they get to the point where Rey finally breaks down and finally is like, okay, I'll fight you at WrestleMania, if it even does happen. But that was interesting. Liv Morgan and Raquel qualified for a women's Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match at WrestleMania. Not sure what this is about. They're just doing a random Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match at WrestleMania. They're doing a men's and women's version of this. But so far, Liv Morgan and Raquel are the only two to have qualified as a team. So I don't know about the men's or women's, or I don't know about the men's match at all. But I know the women's has that team. It was random. I guess it's just to get more people on the WrestleMania card, I'm guessing. I imagine like Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler might be a part of that as well. I guess we'll see though. We also had Rhea versus Charlotte. Now, I've been not pretty down, I've been moderate on this feud. The build has been fine. It could be a lot better, but this was that a lot better. Amazing like segment this week between these two. So Charlotte kicked off. She started cutting a promo, but of course Rhea Ripley interrupted. She says, "You want to know why I chose you, Charlotte? I chose you because whenever I walk backstage, whenever I walk into the locker room, day in and day out, no matter what, whether it's man or woman, everyone looks at me and they walk away because they fear me. But I chose you for WrestleMania because you are the one woman that doesn't fear me. Even when you're looking at me in the face right now, and even you could even look at Charlotte's face as a viewer and see she does not fear Rhea Ripley. She looks down on Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley pointed that out. She's like, I look into your eyes and I don't see fear at all. And to be quite frank with you, that pisses me off." And Rhea Ripley just talks about how, Charlotte, you're a superstar. You have that championship. You've been 14 times women's champion. I need to become a superstar. I am not a superstar yet, and I need to become SmackDown's women's champion. And the only way that I could do that is by defeating you. And come WrestleMania, you're going to fear me. It was an amazing promo. Charlotte did very great promo work tonight too. And Rhea just stepped it up a notch as well. These two were cutting great promos back and forth, but that was like the gist of it. And then after that, after Rhea says that, Dom steps and he's like, "Mommy's gonna beat you at WrestleMania." And Dom's like all in Charlotte's face talking trash. Charlotte does go for the big face on Dom, but Rhea Ripley hits Charlotte with a cheap shot to the face, knocks Charlotte down. Charlotte's pissed off. Rhea and Dom walk away, but as they're walking away, Charlotte gets out of the ring. She comes down and she starts beating down on Rhea, and these two have an amazing brawl. This brawl was so badass. There were so many referees, so many security guards, so many people from the back trying to stop these two from brawling, but nobody could stop them. They were fighting their way past all these security guards. Charlotte was hitting security guards back and forth. She even accidentally gave a big boot to one of the security guards. They were going crazy with each other. These two beat the hell out of each other. Nobody really got the better of each other, so it was an even brawl, but it was still a really good brawl nonetheless. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Great segment to further this feud going forward. It needed something like this, and now I'm excited to see what they're going to do over the next couple of weeks. But that was a very fun brawl between the two. I'm excited for the match again now because I was starting to lose excitement, but I'm back now. And then we had the last match of the night, which was Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. It was what you expected, a great match between the two. They didn't put all out there because it's a TV match and because, spoilers, they're fighting again at WrestleMania. But they did put a bunch of it out there. It was a good match. I remember mentioning on the show last week, I don't know how this is going to end. I imagine they might do like a Brogue and Claymore kick at the same time. That's exactly what they did. The ref's count got to 9. Gunther stopped the count though. He got into the ring. He stopped the count. He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I guess he's mad. He doesn't want it to be a triple threat. And then Imperium ended up just interrupting the match, jumping both of them. All three of the Imperium members are now beating down on Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. And then we get Adam Pearce coming on the announcement, or the Tron, saying it is official. It is a triple threat at WrestleMania. So we're having Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. This match is going to be incredible. It is going to be brutal. It is going to be violent. It is going to be stiff. I cannot wait for this match. I'm fine with any of the three winning, but I'm super stoked to see who really wins. what an episode of SmackDown. It was a great episode. I enjoyed the whole thing from start to finish. Had a lot of moments where I popped. Kevin Owens coming out to save Sami Zayn was amazing. Like, the whole show, great show, a great episode of SmackDown. I have no complaints, literally no complaints from start to finish. The show was good. Even a lot of the stuff that I didn't mention was still good. Like, we even had an Xavier Woods defeating LA Knight, which was cool too. Like, great show overall. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give this episode a high rating this week. Well, a high rating, I say high rating. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It was a solid 4 out of 5 show. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see where we go moving forward for this WrestleMania card or this WrestleMania feud. And man, I'm so excited for a lot of these matches. But I'm going to go ahead and end that review there, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We make wrestling content like this weekly. We will be doing a live WrestleMania watch along. We'll be doing WrestleMania reviews. We'll be doing all of that good stuff. So make sure you're tuned in. But yeah, I guess that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I love you all. Again, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video. I'll be back on Wednesday talking about more about this WrestleMania card. So I'll catch you guys then. Love you all. Peace.